everybody, and welcome to the Company's Expert Live. I would love to do a series on Enron. Enron being one of the biggest scandals in American business history, and it is still a very popular case study that is taught all over the world in business schools for good reason, because it is quite interesting and notable. Now, there is an article that appeared relatively recently in Newsweek written by Hank Gilman, and Hank Gilman is somebody that is very close to the people who wrote the book and the movie on this. So Bethany McLean, who wrote the 2003 book, The Smartest Guys in the Room. And this was made into a documentary in 2005, directed by Alex Gibney, that I highly recommend you check out. The book and the movie are both excellent. And the movie won all kinds of awards for being the best documentary that year. And the article that talks about this is called Lessons from Enron, 15 Years Later, the Greatest Fraud Trial Ever. And in addition to noting the fact that it is the 15-year anniversary of the trial of the two top officers in that company, the chairman Ken Lay and the CEO Jeff Skilling, where they were both found guilty. Ken Lay promptly died after the verdict was announced, and Jeff Skilling went to prison. And relatively recently, Jeff Skilling has been released from prison and is reportedly in the process of attempting another energy-related venture. So, that's interesting. Now, this article is interesting. I highly recommend that you check this out. I will put a link to this article in the description of this video. It's a great read, especially if you're interested in Enron. But it also raises one issue I would like to comment on, and that is, first of all, there's absolutely no doubt that these people were guilty of a kaleidoscope of different things. There were many, many issues brought up in the Enron trial, and some of them are absolutely clear-cut. Things like fraud, things like the misreporting of financials and conflicts of interest and all that kind of stuff. So some of them are very, very clear-cut, but there were a lot of complexities in this case, and one of the issues was that at the time was that this case was going to be very, very complicated, and even Bethany McLean herself, who wrote the book, believed that they would not be convicted because the case was just too complicated, and if you have to go to a jury, the concern was that they might not be able to wrap their head around highly complex corporate financial issues and tax reporting issues and legal issues and things like that. However, that was not the case. They were found guilty. Now, one of the more nuanced issues that came up, in my opinion, was, in addition to the fraud and the clear-cut stuff, there was a little bit of ambiguity around a couple of things. And one of them was the role of a company officer with regard to their job of putting forward a very positive image of their organization. Part of their job responsibilities when you get to the executive level, especially in large organizations and especially in publicly traded companies, is that you have to represent that organization very positively. That means that you have to put a positive spin on every aspect that company is concerned with, and you essentially have to be a public relations officer. This means that you get, especially the CEO role, you get people that have to behave like a lawyer. It's not enough just to be a business person. You have to essentially be a lawyer and argue the way that is in the best interest for all the stakeholders. When you speak publicly, and when you are observed publicly, you are seen by all the stakeholders, potential customers, potential investors, potential partners, regulators, everybody. And as a result, you can't keep it real. You have to put a positive spin. You have to exude confidence. You have to exude the fact that you're in control. You have to exude the fact that you're doing well, and you have to exude the fact that the future is only going to get better, and that you're trustworthy, among a whole number of other things. And the issue that was raised in the trial was, where exactly is the line drawn between that and performing those job responsibilities, and ethics, lying about, doing well and making money when you're not actually making money. And that was one of the things that came up. Now, don't misread me here. I'm not in any way defending these people. I'm just saying that the trial caused everyone to think very clearly about issues like this and exactly where that fuzzy line in the sand is drawn. So that's something that I think is open for debate. Let me know in the comments what you think. Where is the line drawn, and does it affect corporate governance or anything like that? In the meantime, I highly recommend you check out this article. And if you haven't seen it yet, check out the movie, The Smartest Guys in the Room. Came out in 2005, won Best Documentary. And also there are several good books written about Enron, including the one mentioned here by Bethany McLean, and her co-author, I forget his name, but it's in this article. At the time, The Smartest Guys in the Room came out in 2003. So thank you very much for your attention. You guys are awesome, and I will see you on the next one. Take care.